Yeah, what's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with the PickDawgz Morning Show on this beautiful money-making Saturday. Y'all know the drill, man. We're live 365 days a year. Just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. As you can see, I got a great crew of guys with me today, man, to break down this college football action. Some baseball today. We'll talk a little baseball towards the end, but I tell you all the time, Saturdays and Sundays, they're football fields right now. So not neglecting it, but it does kind of take a back seat. Speaking of back seats, no, I'm kidding. Speaking of baseball, I got Mr. Rundown, Ron the Don Romanelli. How you doing this morning, my man?
Good morning, Jay. I'm doing well. Uh, really enjoying this September collapse by the Detroit Tigers. Cleveland's going to win the division. Tigers will be lucky to make the playoffs, so it's nice to see.
It's not happening. We'll be all right. Shout out to the Guardians, though. Shout out to them. They are playing some good baseball right now. Big Al McMorty. Good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning? You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Oh no, yeah, I was just talking about how Ron was educating me about baseball this morning and chase rate and stuff. So it's always good to learn from Ron. So thanks, Ron. Seriously, I mean,
Anytime.
Anyway, yeah, big day. I passed in baseball today. I've got 17 college football games, so big card for me.
Let's do it. We'll break them down. We'll break a couple of them down right here. Try to squeeze out something from Al. You know how I do. Brian Bittler, happy birthday. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, all I want for my birthday is a 7-0 day today, so I'm not asking too much from the sports gods today. Yesterday, 2-1, had the Rutgers over, lost on the Alouettes, but move on today. Hopefully, a lot better than 2-1 today.
My Alouettes didn't play well yesterday.
Well,
they played well enough to win, but not enough to cover.
Yeah, they couldn't hold the cover. So.
Okay, so they won.
They won. I only care about the cover, but.
I don't care about covering in CFL, but my CFL team won. Shout out to Alouettes. My new adopted team. Dak, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Good afternoon. Yeah, all good. I mean, it's been a very busy week this week. Soccer, we've had the midweek game start with the Champions League. Of course, we all know college football's on from Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got NFL tomorrow, big day. So yeah, busy. But all good, and that's what matters the most.
Yes, sir. Let's break it down today. Let's do it. And Hot Rods the Wacky, good to see your face this morning. How you doing?
Doing good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me here on the Saturday show. Getting some college football winners. Hey, shout out to Iowa. Nothing like a nice win there for Iowa over Rutgers to start the week. So 1-0 in football. Happy birthday to Brian. Happy birthday, buddy. I if I was the wish giver, then I could say, hey, I'll just hand you over your 7-0 win to start the Saturday for your birthday. Hey. Hopefully you can get that 7-0 win for everybody to kickstart the Saturday. So without further ado, let's get to the slate. Nice slate. Some good games here. I know we don't always baseball usually takes a little bit of a backseat on a Saturday, but hey, there's still some spots that we know we can make some money with baseball as well. Taking all that data we've accumulated and piled over the last 5 months of covering baseball. So hey, we still look at it. We don't forget it. It's still there. We can find.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, though.
Let's do it. We're gonna start in college football. First game of the day. It's a crime that this game is at the 10 o'clock Utah time. This is a crime. Big noon kickoff. Please leave my Big 12 alone. Please. Anyways, we got Texas Tech, Utah battling it out. Here's one thing, guys. Another thing. Some of these graphics were made yesterday, so the lines might be slightly off. We'll discuss, they're really just there to give you a visual. So I'll kind of help navigate through the lines as we talk about them. But first one on the board, we're going from 11 o'clock to 2:30, or noon to 3:30 for you Eastern time zone folk out there. So Tech, Utah, Maryland, Wisconsin, Syracuse, Clemson. There is TCU, SMU. There is Oregon, Oregon State. And I think that is it for this one. Ron the Don, start us off, my man. How we feeling?
Let's do it. Let's talk about that big game. I like Utah. Texas Tech, an impressive start to the season, but very, very weak strength of schedule. Pine Bluff, Kent State, Oregon State, all at home. Definitely looks like a down year for Oregon State. So doesn't really tell us much. Your first road game of the season against a great home field advantage. First of all, one of the best home fields in college football. But second, great defensive team in Utah. I think that Utah has played already 2 true road games, UCLA, Wyoming. Not necessarily the toughest matchups, but I still think they're more battle tested. I think their defense shows up in a big way here, and I think Utah wins this game, covers the number. I also like Tennessee over UAB. I think it's a blowout win and cover for Tennessee. I think UAB is one of the weaker FBS teams in general, even in the AAC. I think they 2-1 record, very misleading. I expect for the rest of the season, some big time struggles for the Blazers and Tennessee. I think they'll be able to pick their number. So I look for I don't think UAB gets more than 3 to 7 points in this game. I would take UAB team total under and Tennessee land the points.
Fair enough. From Ron to Don. Big Al, how we feeling here in the first slot of the day?
I'm going to take the Wisconsin Badgers to blow out Maryland. Badgers are now 2-1. They were blown out last week by Alabama, lost by 24 points. Conversely, the Terrapins are 3-0. They had a blowout win last week, winning by 27 over Towson. But when you take a look at how teams have done in conference games as a favorite, if they lost by 24 or more points the previous game and their opponent won by 24 or more points the previous game, our favored team has cashed 61% of conference games. So I'm going to take Wisconsin to bounce back.
Here we go from Big Al. Brian, how we feeling?
I think there's a lot of good games in the first slot, but I think SMU plus the points is a good value play. I think the stock is down on SMU because of how they looked against Baylor. But SMU over the years, TCU has been a team that's had their numbers 7-3 straight up. They SMU beat TCU last year, but overall TCU has owned the series. I just think this is too many points in a game that I could see easily going to overtime. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line at SMU and bigger on the point spread.
Brian Bittler. The battle of Dallas versus Fort Worth in that one. Battle of the cities here. Jack, what we doing?
Yeah, I like 2 of these early games today. Again, in agreement with Ron here. I think Utah cover. I think the key thing for Utah is their biggest problem is a great problem, and I can't work out whether the offense or defense is better. They're both fantastic. I mean, Morgan Scalley's defense again this season is exceptional, absolutely exceptional. If we're talking power ranking, it's probably top 25 minimum. But for me, I would argue that it's the offense, the output of the offense, which is really going to be the reason why they cover here. The defense is going to be there, but the point scoring as well is a big one. So yeah, give me Utah minus 2.5 here, what I'm seeing right now. And then with the Syracuse Clemson game, I have to take the under. I think the Tigers in general, their defense has been really underperforming. I think that's why the number's gone so far up. And the same thing goes. I would take this under as close to kickoff as possible. For the most part, I mean, the standard rule of thumb is you take your overs early and you take your unders late because, we all know the public love the over. So it's going to hopefully drive that number up. Maybe we get a 56.5 possibly. But the number right now, 55.5, I really do not hate it whatsoever. So I like the under there. I just think at some point, this Clemson team's going to end up, starting to play defense, and it really could be the day today. I mean, they've started horribly, 1-2, so they need to get into gear now. So yeah, under in that one.
There we go from Jack. Hot Rod, what we doing?
We're looking at for me. We're looking at Arkansas taking on Memphis. Hey, look at Arkansas. Got handed a loss in their first road game of the year in Ole Miss. Hey, Arkansas loves to run the ball, but you're going to go against a Memphis defense that can definitely slow up that run. We've seen in their 3 games to start the year, only allowing opponents to rush for about 2.4 yards. So good test here for this Memphis defense as well. This is probably the toughest test they've had to face so far in their opponents, but I think they can step up here against an Arkansas squad that we know that loves to run the ball, but I think they're able to slow it up. Where Memphis, I think, excels here in this one is that Arkansas defense giving up offense through the air. You look what they've been giving up through the air. They're averaging giving up 6.9 yards per attempt and giving up 62% completion rate. Well, Memphis got a couple QBs that can definitely hit that percentage rate. They're hitting that 73% completion rate. You also got a dual threat QB that can take off and run at any time with Memphis. I think getting disrespected. Give me the home dog here in Memphis. I'll grab the points. I see it at 7 in most places. I'll grab the 7 with Memphis here at home.
From Hot Rod Zawacki. Homerish. I lean Texas Tech, bro. I think this team's the best team in the Big 12, and I think now this line's starting to grow. I see 3s popping up. You're gonna give me 3, I'm gonna grab the 3. Even though I think Tech does come in here and win this game. I think the early start time only hinders Utah, not helps them. I understand the argument with Texas Tech in the weak competition that they've played thus far this season. You can only play who's in front of you. Of course, this college football where you schedule it, but here's their chance. Here's their chance to really take the reins of the conference, and I think they're going to do that. So I'm going to grab the 3. I'm not mad at anybody going outright money line with Tech in this spot. I think it's a great value spot. I would grab the points with Syracuse and a lean. I didn't do it. I haven't bet it. I'm tired of Dabo. I'm tired of Klubnik. I'm back on the hate train. Bro. Battle of the Cities. Ooh, I would grab the points with SMU. I do think TCU is slightly the better team this season. Shout out to Sonny Dykes and company. But you could also kind of look at them and be like, they ain't played nobody. North Carolina, not great. We know that now. Bill and that team completely remade this season. SMU, they did lose that tough one to Baylor at home. I'm not gonna. I think Baylor's a good team this year. Not great, but solid team. And I just think this game is going to be similar to that back and forth style affair. SMU might have a chance to win it in the end, style game. So if these two teams, high scoring offense, I would take the over. That's why I'm leaning SMU plus the points and the over. And Oregon State's bad, terrible. It is a rivalry game, but this is in Outcenter, correct? I'm laying that shit, bro.
I forgot about that one.
How you feeling?
I hate to extend it. I know we try to keep it to 1, but I like Oregon State here. Oregon's got a huge, monstrous game on deck with Penn State. I know this is a huge rival game between these two teams, but I just think this one barely slips under and get the cover with the Beavers here. I'm gonna take the points.
This is a hold your nose and just take Oregon State style spot, the rivalry, all that. I'm not doing it though. I'm going Oregon. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, there's no data to support have letdowns the previous week.
Yeah, but their focus got to be on that huge game in half.
No, their focus is there's no data. Teams
they could show up and they could show up.
My research shows that teams play a little bit better, not worse, before big matchups the next week. It's the exact opposite of what people would expect.
Don't
hear that,
waste
Ron?
your time, Al. I keep trying to tell these guys they won't listen. Jay and I had a big debate the other day about this.
Okay.
Because
There's
it's even worse. Listen to
there's-
this. He says that the Cowboys may not play well against the Bears this week because they have Green Bay on deck. I mean, if there was ever a sport, there is
Well,
no
the Cowboys
got
got to play good every week. But,
Well, there's no look. I mean, the sport I did research in was NFL and college football, and there is no look ahead. There's nothing to support it.
Of course. They're foolish and lack vision.
It's okay, Brian. It's okay.
We try the vision to look ahead. Like we think that they will look ahead, but as Big Al says, sometimes that data just doesn't back it up. Because you think as yourself, you're going to be looking ahead to the bigger game yourself, maybe as a player. But that coach, if the coach is doing his job, he doesn't have you looking ahead.
But the data actually say they play better. It's not that they play the same.
Yeah,
the data actually says they play better, and it may be that. If they know they've got the tough game on deck, they're like, we better fucking win this game today because we've got Penn State on deck, and that could be a bitch. So anyway, it's the wrong reason. If you're playing on a team, do it
One
for the
piece of the
absolute
puzzle.
wrong reason. Play Oregon State for another reason, but not that one.
Just one piece of the puzzle.
Jay, get out of here.
Another reason could be that the line at Pinnacle's 33.5 for Oregon. I think it was opened up at 35.5. If you see the data from BetMGM, you see heavy betting on Oregon, yet this line dropped 2 points. So for me, that's another reason why I would like Oregon State and the Beavers.
Fair.
I just like State Beavers.
Two great reasons there.
We'll keep it rolling, man. We'll keep it rolling. We got the next slot, which is 3:30 to 7. For you Eastern time zone folk out there, or 3. So in this slot, we got Oklahoma, Boomer, Sooner. Them boys playing Auburn. This line's starting to grow. I think it's 7 at the moment, though. Total 46.5. We got Tulane, Ole Miss in this slot. We got Nebraska, Michigan in this slot. We got Purdue, Notre Dame in this slot. West Virginia, Kansas in this slot. South Carolina, Missouri in this slot. Right? Or no? No, we'll stop there. We'll stop before we get there. So we'll stop. Al, how we feeling?
Oh, I'm going to go out to the Atlantic Coast Conference and take a look at the Duke-NC State matchup. The Blue Devils are favored by a field goal. And what I like about the underdog here is that they're playing with revenge from an upset loss last season. Heck, they even lost 2 years ago, so they're playing with double revenge. And when you take a look at how ACC teams have gone, if they're playing with double revenge, when they're a road underdog, they've gone 385 and 328 ATS, which is 54%. It's okay. But our number moves to 58% if our ACC team is also playing with revenge from 2 years back, as NC State is. I like the 3 points with the Wolfpack.
From Big Al McMorty. Brian, what we doing?
It's tough because I like so much in every slot. But if I had to cut it down to one, I'm going to take the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Go opposite of Big Al's favorite team. I mean, they've been a punching bag for Michigan over the years: 45-7, 34-3, 56-10. I mean, this is a chance to get the program back on the map. They're at home. I think Nebraska gets it done. Michigan's not up to the same level as they've been in past seasons. So give me the Cornhuskers here.
Michigan was good last year?
Yeah, they haven't been up to this. Well, no, but 2 years ago they were.
Well, yeah, 2 years they won the championship. But
this is still a bit. They've been getting slapped around by Michigan for years. Nebraska has. And I just think this is a step-up game. I wish I would have put it as a premium pick now, but oh well.
What's the stat in this one? Nebraska against ranked opponents. It's like they've lost like the last 20. I think that's the stat for real. So
they're overdue.
History.
Well, I actually would agree with Ryan here.
History. Not
But I'm still going to root for Michigan. I'll root for Michigan to win by 1 point, Brian. How's that?
That'll work. I'll take it.
Jack, how we feeling?
Yeah, my bad. I didn't even realize we were doing one play per slot. That's completely on me. I'll tell you what. I'll make up the time now. I'll do this very quickly. It's plus the points with North Carolina. Yeah, they played two easy teams, not tough games at all, but they covered both times. And +7, I just think is 2, maybe 3 points too many for me here with North Carolina, and purely because I think UCF have a serious issue with the run game. Montgomery's not even averaging four yards per carry right now, and he's meant to be their go-to. Or so we were told in off-season. So good luck doing that against North Carolina, who have only given up 9 points in 2 weeks. So, yeah, I think it's +7. That's the best play in this slate for me here, in this slot, sorry.
How we feeling, Rock?
I'm feeling pretty good about Oklahoma at home. Auburn coming in to pay them a visit. And, hey, Auburn off to a good start. Oklahoma off to a good start here. But for me, the big difference here in this game is going to be that Oklahoma defense, they're just solid defensively. I think they finished the year top 5 easily in defensive numbers. Only giving up about 6.3 points a game. Good test here facing Auburn. And I think where they excel is I think Mateer was able to move that offense. And he'll be able to pick apart this Auburn secondary because you look what they've been doing, giving up about 61% completion rate and giving about 220 yards of offense to opposing teams. And that's equating to about 7.3 yards per catch. So I think Oklahoma's Mateer, we know he loves to run the ball as well. So dual threat, that'll open up that game for him to be able to throw it downfield. And I think that's where you're able to pick apart Auburn. May take a little bit for them to get going as they continue, but I think they pull away. That's why this is rose up to 7. I see some 7.5s as well. I'll lay it with Oklahoma here. I think they shut down the War Eagles of Auburn coming into this one and get themselves a nice 10-point win. So I'll lay it with the 7 there. And another one I like here, quick little first half play for you. Ole Miss taking on Tulane. A lot of people looking at this game thinking Tulane's going to come rolling in here and give Ole Miss fits. Well, it hasn't over the years. Lane Kiffin teams against these good teams that are running for over 5.9 yards per play, which is what Tulane's been doing, running up those numbers. In that first half, Ole Miss and under Lane Kiffin 9-0 ATS in that first half. I'll lay the number with Ole Miss in that first half. I think they got themselves a nice 10+ point lead heading into the locker room there against Tulane.
Brian B. From Rod Zawacki. I would agree with him on Oklahoma. I just think they're better than Auburn on both sides of the football. Both sides. Defensively, I think they're much better than Auburn. And offensively, I still think they're flying under the radar. Mateer, he been balling. And they're at home here. Got Jackson Arnold returning to Oklahoma, the House of Horrors. Oh, my God. Man. If Jackson Arnold was who y'all think he would still be at Oklahoma. He's trash. So that's why he's at Auburn. Give me Oklahoma. Nothing else just jumps off the page to me here. What I will do, I'll do one more. I'm going to fade Jack. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm going to fade you. I'm going to take UCF. North Carolina is not a good football team. And you slick through in there 9 points over the last 2 weeks. Bro, Richmond and Charlotte.
But they covered both times. Like I said, they're not playing big teams, but you give up 9 points in 2 weeks and you cover pretty easily in both those games. It tells me it's one of two things, right? Either overscoring or they're over defending, if that makes sense. So,
man, this is what I think. I think you take North Carolina down to Florida, they're gonna melt, and UCF is gonna run the football all over them. Like we saw,
I don't have them winning the game. I think it will come a time where Montgomery actually starts getting yards. I just think it's too soon. I think it's way too fast of a fix for me.
I'm gonna roll with UCF for now, and I think they probably beat up on North Carolina. I'm not gonna crown North Carolina. We saw them their first game against TCU basically get blitzed, and Charlotte and Richmond don't move the needle for me to say that I'm not supposed to expect that here. So UCF.
I don't know. Richmond's got a good team this year.
I think Bill Belichick's going to be frowning on the sidelines in this game.
You talking about in college hoops? Shout out the Spiders. What you doing here, Ron?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Ball State and UConn game. I think, UConn's coming off back-to-back losses. Last week was a heartbreaking loss in overtime against Delaware. And on the surface, that might not look like a great loss. Obviously, UConn was a steep favorite, but I think Delaware is a really underprojected team this year, underrated team, one of the better FCS to FBS teams that we've seen in recent years. So I don't really put too much weight into that one performance. UConn is still an offense under Fagnano, who's one of the more experienced quarterbacks. He started his collegiate career my senior year of high school, if that says anything. So he's been around the block, and I think UConn scores at will in this game. The question is, can Ball State do enough offensively to fall within the 3-touchdown number? I don't think so. A decent week last week against an okay FCS team in New Hampshire, but still a close call there, 5-point win for Ball State. Before that, it was dreadful performances offensively against Auburn and a not so great Purdue defense the week before. So I think Ball State, I think UConn just runs them out of the building. And the fact that we can get this at 20.5 at FanDuel and 21 at most other books, I think that 3-touchdown line, I think this is a 4-touchdown win. So give me UConn.
University of Connecticut. Laying 20 points with the University of Connecticut in football. You're a brave man. Hoops, women or men's hoops. I like 20 any day. Football. But line 20.5 for a reason. So we'll see. All right, fellas. Last slot of the day in college football. It's jam-packed to close it out. We got South Carolina, Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, Illini. Wazoo versus Washington, the Apple Cup. Baylor, Arizona State. Hashtag we coming. Colorado versus Wyoming. Cal, San Diego State. USC versus Michigan State. And there's a few others to close it out. I just don't have the graphics for. Brian, you starting this one off to close it out. How we feeling?
This is a tough one. This is
be in there too. Florida, Miami.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, Florida, Miami in there too.
Boy, this is a tough one. I'm going to take the South Carolina Gamecocks plus the points. I think we didn't see the best of the Gamecocks when they lost outright to Vandy, who's a better team than people think. Missouri here doesn't impress me. This is double digits. It seems like they're begging me to take South Carolina, so it kind of worries me a little bit. But I think we at least see a respectable game that stays under a touchdown here for South Carolina. So I lean South Carolina here.
Lenore Sellers and Company. Things overrated and overvalued coming into the season, but has the pendulum swung too far? Brian thinks so. Jack, what do you think? That was the last slot.
Yeah, I'll just keep this short and sweet. I'm looking at the California San Diego State game. I just think both teams essentially, more so the scoring is just way better than defense. So I like the over 47.5 here. I would probably take it to like 49.5, 50. So I guess it's just a lean. Don't love it. I won't be betting it, but I honestly really don't like this end of the day slate at all. So if you want one, it's a lean with the over in that one.
How Razdawaki, how we feeling?
I'm looking at Illinois taking on Indiana. Hey, coming into this game, Illinois is playing some pretty good football. Love that defense of Illinois. Malima's got his team playing real well here. And I think that's going to be the difference. This Hoosiers team, they love to run the ball. We know this. And that's what they're going to lean on. They love to lean on the run. And that's what they do here. You look at the rushing yards, average 7 yards per rush attempt. They're rushing for about 300 yards on average so far this year and been rolling. But against this Illini defense, I think they're able to stop the run. You're going to have to make Indiana use their arm to try to beat you. And I think that secondary on Illinois can definitely slow that up. It's the stopping of the run, which is huge here against the Hoosiers. So far, Illinois in their games holding teams to 2.7 yards per rush. And I think that's big here against the Hoosiers team that loves to run the ball. And you're getting, I see 6.5. I was hoping to see a 7 pop out, but still at 6.5. I'm still going to grab the Illini here plus the points. I think they're able to slow the Hoosiers up enough to this comes right down to who's got the ball last. I wouldn't be surprised if Illinois can come in here and get the upset win, but grab the 6.5 here with the Illini in this one.
Why is the 9th team in the country a touchdown dog on the road to the 19th team in the country? Why?
The odds makers don't care about ratings. That's number one.
Indiana at home. Always getting a little overvalued here, I think. That's all it is. Big test. This is a big test for Illinois. They need to, their numbers have been pretty good against the rush, but this will probably be their toughest test that they've had to face this year against the rush. Because this is what this Indiana team does. They focus on running the ball. They have multiple guys that can run the ball against you. So if the Illini slow this game up and make it real tough in the trenches, it's going to be a tough day for Indiana. So grab them points.
I don't know. That's just how my brain works. I'm just asking myself, why is the 9th team in the country?
Why?
But again, odds makers couldn't care less about ratings. It doesn't go into their calculation.
It goes into mine though, and that's how my brain works. So, and
This
then
thing's a lot like Nebraska. It's this program means a lot to Indiana, right?
So then I look at this game and I say, if the lines makers did respect Illinois, if they did think Illinois was the better team, like the ranking people do, then this game would be 3. Let's just call it even. It would be 3.
3.5. Yeah, I was gonna say 3.5. If this,
but it's not.
I think it's clear that there's not a group of people on the planet that understand power ratings less than the AP voters.
Right? Agree there. The AP voters are clueless. Sometimes you wonder if they've even seen a game.
So
I'm just our job. It'd be rough.
I'm just saying, I think Illinois is ranked 9 right now based on
This line opened at 4.5 too, if that helps you a little better. So this line has moved up. Opened 4.5, so that means some people have been betting on Indiana, and that line's went up to 6.5. So this line did open about right where you figured it was, 3.5, 4.5.
This team here, they they don't, y'all stole all my thunder. I ain't gonna lie,
but This could be the biggest game in program history here for Indiana. This is just like it's a big game for Illinois. It's a huge game for Indiana. This is it right here.
You say program history?
Well,
didn't they play in the playoffs last year?
It's a big game.
Nonetheless, how about the
big game?
30, 40 years that they've – never mind.
They're basketball schools, so to see these two teams ranked is crazy.
A couple of years ago, they played back November 11th, 2023. It hit overtime, 48-45. The Illini got the win, so I don't know if the same Indiana team is holding a little bit of a revenge card for that loss. There's probably not even half the team that's still there after a couple of years.
But yeah. So that's my assumption on this game. Just I'll break one more time so I can get out something. Maybe I want to clip it. Why is the 9th team in the country a touchdown underdog to the 19th team in the country? Why?
Because they're a touchdown word.
You don't have to answer, Al. It's a rhetorical question.
Well, I just want to. Can I answer the rhetorical question? The question should be
I don't want you to answer.
Why is the better team ranked? The question should be why is the better team ranked 19th?
I don't want you to answer the rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer it. I don't want you to answer it. You'll have your turn in a second. I don't know. Why?
He wants his Instagram soundbite.
When you say why, I want to answer you.
I do.
Why.
I know y'all though, but this isn't for y'all.
I think it's very tempting for people when they see the number 9 team in the country getting this kind of points.
Exactly.
That's just my way I look at it.
I think too. And I think Illinois is ranked 9th in the country based on preseason notions. The AP voters don't know how to move teams down because they don't lose. And that's how you get your answer. So just trying to, put it into layman's terms for all you out there. What else do I like? I like South Carolina. I don't love it, but I like it. The reason is Missouri is the better football team. They might be winning by like 2 touchdowns for majority of this game, and then South Carolina comes through the back door. South Carolina is overrated, overvalued. I do not have a premium on this game. I cannot put my hard-earned money on this team. They're a swag team. They're a college football 25 and 26 team. They're the most popular team on that game. Everybody loves Sellers. Everybody loves throwing to Nick Harbor, 99 speed and shit on the game. They're a Madden team for those that don't play college football, but they're that team this year. So a lot of people like them. It hasn't really translated onto the field. This is the best team Missouri has had in years. Watch out for this Missouri team this year, but I think this probably has 7-point win for Missouri written all over. So I would lean to getting the points. And I think a lot of people kind of jumping off the South Carolina bandwagon a bit because they've been so disappointing. Lean towards Miami, bro. Florida probably is the right play, but sometimes you gotta watch the games and be like, fuck the right play. This team is garbage. And that's what I'm doing here with Florida. DJ Lagayulele don't got it, bro. That's his name, fam. 5 picks last week. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trash. I can't trust them, bro. Back-to-back weeks. This team has looked really disappointing.
It's going to be Carson Beck Alulelele this week.
Carson, I was a Carson Beck hater, but then I had to really look into it, bro. He don't do nothing but win. That's the truth. Look at his record as a starter in college football. And they be trying to put a lot of other people above Carson Beck, man, but he ain't done nothing but win. Granted, he was at Georgia. He did have a stacked roster around him, but you can say the same for a lot of these other teams. Like DJ Lag don't got a stacked roster around him. He just lost at home in the swamp to the fucking USF. Nasty. I can't trust Florida. Let's get it done to you. And I like this back into the slot, man. Sheesh. Baylor, Arizona State's a tough one. I would lean Baylor, though. Baylor, based on what I've seen, just pure watching football, this Baylor team, they're battle-tested at this point in the season as well. At home, McLean Stadium, tough place to kind of play. Arizona State, I think, takes a step back this year. Baylor. Ron, how you feeling? Close out college football.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Sam Houston in Texas. I'm laying a lot of points today on the show. I'm going to lay some more. Sam Houston's the worst FBS team this year. Phil Longo is the worst coach in FBS. I'm embarrassed that I took Sam Houston the first 2 weeks of the season. Just an absolute disaster. I mean, this team, and then now you're on your backup quarterback. Texas is not impressed at all this year, but there is no excuse. I mean, this line should be 50 plus, but because of Texas's issues to start the year and the loss outright, then you'll have some dicey games, San Jose State and UTEP. We get Texas at less than 40. I mean, they should have no problem winning this game by 50, 60 points. Just in terms of one of the better FBS teams against the worst, dead last, Sam Houston, on both ends of the football. I'll lay the points.
Welcome, Ron. I'm gonna send you some burnt orange. Don't worry about it. I'm sending you some.
So Jay, I haven't gone yet in this
No, I know you haven't. All right, now you can answer the rhetorical question if you want to.
Yeah, it's because the odds makers have the correct, apprehension of a team's strengths, and the voters do not. That's the answer. I'm going to take a look at your team, Jay, the Texas A&M Commerce Lions plus the 2.5 against Grambling. This is a revenge game for Commerce. They lost 35-28 in overtime last year to the Tigers. But when you take a look inside the stats, Grambling was severely out-yarded by the Lions. The Lions outgained them 419 yards to 247, but they had 6 turnovers. So that was the Lions' death knell. Now they're on the road. They're playing at Grambling, and I like them plus the 2.5. I know they're 0-2 on the season, but they should win outright. The other game I like would be, I like LA Tech minus a 3 over Southern Miss. Golden Eagles upset App State last week, 38-22 as a 3-point home dog. But Louisiana Tech is 14-5 ATS versus opponents off an upset win. LA Tech did win last week itself by 35 points over New Mexico State, and that big win has triggered a momentum system of mine. That's 215 and 131 ATS. So I'm going to lay the 3 points with the Bulldogs there.
Anything you fellas might have missed? Full card.
I do have a little piece to say. I do have a little piece to say on this whole debate. I've sat back, I've kept quiet, but you asked the right question, Jay. You look at the rankings, then you look at the lines, and you're asking the right question. Why is the line as what it is, and it doesn't represent the ranking? Well, the books use multiple factors to weigh up their lines, all the way up to from data all the way to insider info.
We all know the answer. I know. I want y'all to understand.
Yeah, but
I'm
as
a flip farmer too. At the same time,
I know.
So, you know what I mean? I know you
I
5 individuals on the screen know the answer. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. But that's as professionals, we have to ask the question to ourselves, and look deeper. And that's how we make the money.
That was acting like I'm slow. Like I don't know for real.
No, but I think that the important point is, to educate the public to not use the reasons, certain reasons as reasons to pick teams, right? Like, so for example, there's this myth out there that unranked teams in college basketball do well against ranked teams when the unranked team is favored. In college basketball, people are like, oh, why are they favored? That's a sucker bet. I'm going to take the unranked team that's favored over the ranked team. When in reality, it's basically 50-50. And if you bet on those unranked teams, you're going to lose the juice. And if you go back, a little bit further, they've actually burned money. I mean, they're underwater. It's the record's 381 and 363 with 15 pushes going back to 2007. You go back to 2000, they've lost money. They're under 500. But I think a lot of these things sound good to gamblers or handicappers. People want to be contrarian. They want to take the unranked team over the ranked team. Now, of course, both Indiana and Illinois are ranked, so that's a different argument. But I'm just trying to illustrate that, there's things aren't always what they seem.
Fair. And one thing I want you to understand is sometimes when I come with these things, they're not universal for every game that I take across the board. It's, as I say all the time, one piece of the puzzle.
That's definitely fair.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense. The line comes out and makes no sense whatsoever at all. Look at Cleveland yesterday. Cleveland was on such a winning streak, and that line opened up. Cleveland plus 109. And everybody's like, what the heck? Why is Cleveland a big old dog yesterday? And they were like, because that's where that line opened. And people were all, hey, they're the dog. They're trying to trap you in, right? The usual, everybody says, oh, they're trying to give you plus money with the team that's playing the better baseball here. So quick, go on Minnesota. And I heard a lot of people jump on Minnesota just for that reason. And I think bookmakers sometimes make those lines that veer you away from the actual winner, trying to get you on going. Sometimes making you overthink a little bit sometimes as well.
I think the real answer is when you think a line is off, you are misapprehending where the line should be. The bookmakers aren't wrong. You're just wrong. So you have to understand why you have it wrong. Which can happen. You might overrate a team or underrate a team, but the bookmakers don't have it wrong.
All these guys stink. I'm the
They
greatest.
get it wrong all the time. I disagree. They is not right. And I'm here to beat
my
their
best
ass every single day.
I tell you.
You feel me? Let's talk some baseball, man, before we get out of here.
We could talk about Indiana and Illinois all day long.
All day long.
We're not going to agree on that one, but
No.
No, there's 16 games in baseball today because we have a doubleheader. Guardians Twins is a doubleheader today.
where's Ruffalo? I want to tell him Blue Jays suck, but he's not here for
They
me to
do
tell
so.
him.
What was the final score in that game last night? 20-1?
20-0. I don't know.
20-1.
That'll be the score when they play the Yankees. They'll get beat like 20-0.
Not to mention his soccer team Everton got stomped by rivals Liverpool today as well. So yeah, I'm no surprise to not see him.
He'll be here tomorrow. My man be working hard. All right, let's talk some baseball. I think we start with Jack. Jack, we're just doing all 16 Major League Baseball games. Is there one or two that jump off the page to you for the day?
One or two. I mean, I'll take Guardians on the money line in both game 1 and 2 today. I guess that can be used as one. And just purely because they're chasing the wild card spot. Twins have nothing to play for at this point. It's more of an individual aspect. They want pushing up the batting order for next season or God knows what. So yeah, Guardians on that one. And then I like the over. I like the over in the Dodgers-Giants game. Again, it's just what do they call it? What do the kids call it nowadays? Overload theory or something like that. The Giants playing the toughest venue in the league for homers, and now they head to the Dodgers for game 2 of the series today, I think it is. And they went over yesterday. Some really weird starting pitchers today in Glasnow and Teng. So yeah, I really like the over in that one too.
Hot Rod Zawacki, you got any thoughts on baseball today?
Yeah, a couple I'm looking at here in baseball. I like Seattle to stay hot. I know Kirby is not the greatest on the bump, but hey, you got Framber on the other side, and man, he hasn't been dealing heading down the stretch. And Seattle could smell the division after that win last night. I think they continue to win. I'll take Seattle at the coin flip price over Framber. I like that one. And then, man, the Blue Jays feel the pressure because here comes the Yankees. They're only 2 games back of the Blue Jays for that division lead. So we're going to get the collapse possible. Feeling the pressure after giving up 20 last night. The only problem in that game that I'm looking at is Cameron's on the bump, and Cameron, well, he hasn't seen this much action in a season yet. So, and we've seen what's happened. His last few starts have not been the greatest. I think this Blue Jays team, they wake up. Everybody's seen the 21. They got thoroughly embarrassed. I think the offense wakes up, even without Bo Bichette in the lineup. I think the Jays come back and get themselves a win. So I would have to go to the Blue Jays there in that one.
I would agree. I'm going super square today in baseball. It's been kind of treating me well recently. I would go Jays. I think they bounce back here. Bieber, I think he goes fairly deep, has a solid outing. Jays bounce back after getting embarrassed, get back on track. Excuse me. I would go to back to my Rangers today. They let us down in extras. That was a fun game to watch, even though they lost. Tellez turned me up with that late home run, and then they collapsed again. That's so sad. I think they win today. It's over for them. It's over. So there's nothing they're playing for. It's over. But I do think they salvage something here and get a win. And there was one more. Who was it? It was. Oh, well, probably wasn't important. Jays, Rangers. I don't know who it was. Ron, how you feeling?
Well, if it's okay with you, I'd like to share some of the messages that you and I sent this morning to our audience.
Go ahead.
So I messaged Jay in the morning. Start shopping for a Guardians hat for me. Tigers September collapses in full force. For context, Jay and I made a bet that I said the Tigers will finish the second half with a below 500 second half record. He said they'll end with a above 500 record, and we have a hat bet on it. So I sent him that message. He says, "Who cares about baseball?" I said, "No. You don't get to say who cares about baseball." I said, "You can't talk mad crap."
What's the record right now? Who's winning the bet? What's the record?
Right now, the Tigers are 4 games under in the second half of the season.
Ooh.
So I said, you can't talk about how the Tigers are the best team in baseball all summer and then go, "Oh, I don't care about baseball now that football's on."
Who cares?
I ended saying Cowboys, Mavs, Texas, Dallas Wings, and Dallas Stars will never win a game. We went back and forth. But nonetheless, the Tigers are reeling, and the Guardians are just 2.5 games out of the division. It's really bad when you see you're only a minus 115 favorite when you got Joey Wentz on the other side for Atlanta. That's when you know you're in big trouble. So whether the Tigers make the playoffs or not, they will be a first-round sweep. This is the worst rotation in the American League. I'll take the over. I'll take the lean on Atlanta. I like the Guardians to at least take one of those 2 doubleheader games. And right now you're getting plus money on both. So you bet the same amount on each game. I think you'll end up ahead with Cleveland. And then I'm going to roll with the final play, the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. Mitch would always say that Javier Assad puts the ass in Assad, and he was right. He is a 5.18 expected ERA pitcher. I think the Reds tee off on him. They're still only 2 games out in the wild card race, and I think Cincinnati takes the W.
Let's go, Tigers.
It's all over Detroit. David Racy, hope you enjoy it.
Tigers are toast.
You put loads of people on blast today. Ron means business today. My God.
And Jack Wicks, we won the Revolutionary War, baby.
Now.
Oh, man. Let's go, Tigers. Big Al, you got any thoughts today on baseball?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Detroit-Atlanta game. The Braves, they've scored 8, 11, 6, 5, 9, and 10 runs in their last 6 games. So they're averaging 8.1 runs per game. 5 of those 6 did go over the total, but I actually like the under 9 runs in this game. Detroit has gone under 6 straight when Montero starts. He's 10-5 to the under in his career at home. So I'm going to take the under 9. The other game I like, I'm going to go against Rod. I'm going to take the Astros. It's crazy. They won 13 straight starts by Valdez, and now they've gone 1-8 in his last 9 starts. So a complete reversal. Of course, his 5.84 ERA over those 9 games has something to do with that. But you take a look at George Kirby. Kirby's ERA over his last 6 games is even worse than Valdez's 5.84 ERA. Kirby's ERA over his last 6 is 6.67. Seattle has not done well as a road underdog with Kirby going 6-12 minus 5.1 net game. So I'm going to take the Astros in this game minus $1.10.
Brian.
Yeah, for me in Major League Baseball today, it's like printing money, fading the Detroit Tigers. I know Joey Wentz sucks, but like Ron said, when you see this price for the Tigers with Joey Wentz on the mound, so Tigers are toast. Braves are good. Braves are good at ruining teams' playoff aspirations here. I'm gonna take Atlanta. I like the Reds lean, but I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins. Joe Ryan's my guy. He struggled over his last 5 starts. I just too many people on this Cleveland hype train. I think they're going to catch Detroit, but I'm going to take Minnesota today.
Jack.
Hello?
Did you start it?
I started.
Yeah, you started. What's the playoff picture looking like right now? Hold on, let me see. Let me see something real quick. I just don't know what it looked like because I want to say I don't know if they're on the same side or not. I want to say Jays, Tigers, ALCS.
That's the
Yeah,
only
that- yeah,
chance
that
the Jays have is if they meet up with the Tigers.
Yeah,
in the
that could
first.
happen. Right now, it'd be Red Sox, Mariners. The winner of that play the Tigers, and then Astros, Yankees. Winner of that play the Blue Jays. And I'd say the Blue Jays and Tigers have absolutely no chance in either of those series.
That's the ALCS right there for y'all, man.
I'd be stunned if that's the ALCS. I'll retire. I'll make that bet.
That Mariners Astros game today is a big one though.
Okay.
'Cause Astros
Y'all
are
heard
trying
it.
to
Put
hold the
this.
wild
Y'all
card.
heard it. So I'm sorry that I was the one that put Ron in retirement.
Hey, you had a chance with the Eagles and Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but that didn't pan out. So I'll take another
They're all
risk
just
here.
competing to see who the Phillies are going to trounce in the World Series. Bryce Harper MVP coming up here. So anyway,
Tigers and Jays, baby. ALCS. Book it.
Kiter Montero, game 1 starter for Detroit. No, I don't think so.
Fair. The Tigers gonna go on a run too. How many games
yeah,
left?
they're running home. Get the golf clubs. That's about it.
Unless Scooble can pitch 25 innings in
How
a
many
series,
games? How many games they got left?
Like 8 or so. 8?
and 3 in Cleveland.
I might be in trouble. Shit.
The pennies just dropped.
We'll see. We'll see. Fair enough, though, guys. Man, I thought it was a good show. We broke down college football. We broke down Major League Baseball. There's no WNBA playoffs today. I think it returns tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Sunday, back at it. 2 games.
Back at it with that tomorrow. And we got NFL tomorrow. But our favorite plays are over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Ron the Don Romanelli, what you got over at Pick Dawgz Premium today, my man?
Yeah, I really like the college football card today. We've got 7 plays. I've also got my MLB rundown best bet. And looking ahead to tomorrow, I've got my NFL play of the week so far. Really like that play as well. So a long-term plan or a multi-capper package for some of the great guys here on the show, always your best bet.
Hop on with Ron Romanelli. Make it a profitable day, profitable weekend, profitable month, however you want to do it. You can do it profitable year. You're showing profit last 12 months. Been kicking the crap out of the books. Hop on with the guy. Big Al McMorty, Mr. Need No Introduction, Mr. Number 2 for himself. What you got going on today?
I've got 17 college football games, Jay, including well, I've got lots of plays, lots of good plays. There's 2 5-game packages for people who like quality and quantity. Then I've got 7 standalone games for people who just want one play. But either way, whether you get a 5-pack or a standalone game, there's a lot of plays. And as you mentioned, we've got multi-capper promotions where you can get discounts on 2 handicappers, 3 handicappers, 4 handicappers. So that's the best way to go. And yeah, I've also posted 5 plays for NFL for tomorrow, and should have more, but 5 right now.
Hop on with Big Al McMorty, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the numbers speak for themselves. Just go look for yourself. Brian, what you got going on, my man?
Oh, I got my best bet in college football today, my titanium. Right now, college football, 95 wins, 70 losses, 58% last 2 seasons combined, ranked number 3 at PickDawgz.com, last 365. I got 7 total premium plays today, which is rare for me. I try to keep it to 5, but this card was too good. I just couldn't help myself. Maybe pair me up with one of these all-star handicappers here, and let's sweep the board today.
Hop on with Brian Bittler. That's another one. Just look at his numbers, man. College football last season, last 12 months. Hop on with Brian B. And you're going to show profit. Hop on with the guy, man. Jack, what you got going on?
Yeah, 4 plays from me today. None in college football, actually. Just nothing that I loved enough to really put a ton of units on. But have 3 MLB plays, have 1 soccer play up for today. Tomorrow, ton of NFL plays, player props. And of course, in the week, a load of soccer once again, European football back at it. So, yeah, consider going long term. You're going to get a big bang for your buck, and of course, you get even bigger bangs for your buck if you go for that 2-for-1, 3-for-1 with the other cappers. So, yeah, something to consider.
Hop on with Jack, ladies and gentlemen. Continue to kick the crap out of the books. So, Wacky, what you got going on?
And for me, over to Pick Dawgz Premium today, I got a 5-pack in college football. In that 5-pack includes my best bet of the day. That best bet you can pick up singly by itself. And then I have 2 in the MLB and 1 in the CFL. So 8 plays in total for me today over at PickDawgz Premium. And hey, it's that time of year, so multiple sports getting overlapped. So your best way is to go, as Jack said, hey, grab that 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that. Don't forget Pick and check out, save 15% off. But hey, jump aboard and pair them a few cappers, because you can see the leaderboard tells you, hey, there's a few cappers over at PickDawgz that are hot, putting cash in your pocket. So jump aboard over there.
For me today, ladies and gentlemen, I got 5 games, all college football. Got my college football big play of the week. I got a behind the woodshed blowout winner. I got an afternoon strong side. I got an early play. So I got a handful of things going on today. I think I'm headed for a really good day today. You know, put in a lot of work. I think I'm on the right side. If you believe me, hop on with me. Let's make it a good weekend. I love the NFL card though. I love the NFL card tomorrow. So hop on a 3-day and get today and tomorrow. And let's make it a really good weekend. Or pair me up with one of the guys, Ron, Al, Brian, Jack, Rod. Let's make it a good weekend, man. Parlay time. Parlay. What we doing, Ron?
We are going to lay the lumber. This is a chalk parlay. Texas laying the points. UConn laying the points. Tennessee Volunteers laying the points.
Beat down here from Ron the Don. Al, what you looking at?
Take the under 9 in the Tigers game. I'm going to take the Houston Astros, and then I'm going to take the Wisconsin Badgers minus the 10 against Maryland.
Brian, what we looking at?
I'm going to take the Nebraska Cornhuskers, team them up with Oregon State plus the points, and the Atlanta Braves on the money line.
Jack, what we looking at?
Going a bit unorthodox here. For any of you watch soccer in the chat, I've got 1 play in there. Give me Chelsea on the money line in the Premier League. And then I also like game 1 of the Guardians today, early one. And give me the over in the Phillies game, over 9 in the Phillies game as well. That's going to put you if and around plus 800.
Right, what we looking at?
We're looking at a 3-teamer mixed sport. I'm going to take Arizona in that Philly game. Nola on the bump. That guy's been just trash, dumpster fire rolling for the Phillies. I don't think Phillies care about this game. When you look at Zach Allen, I've bashed that guy all season long, but he wants a job, so he's been battling. So I'm going to throw Arizona in there on the money line. And then we're going to throw the Illini plus the 6.5. And then in the CFL today, I'm going to take my Elks. I think they win outright as a big dog today. Take the Edmonton Elks. Throw that into the parlay. 3-team mixed sport for you today.
I'm gonna just tell y'all my 5 favorite college football plays that didn't make my card today, and y'all can mix them however y'all want to do. So that's what I'm gonna do for y'all. Texas Tech, SMU, Army. I meant to talk about that game. Army. The world's on Texas Tech today. The world. And I'm on the other side. UCF. And there was one more. It is Hawaii. Money line. Them the 5 that didn't make my premium card today that I really do like. You know, I just
only 40% were Texas teams.
Were they? Who did I take? Who did
Texas Tech and SMU.
Okay. Then I faded North Texas.
Surprised, shocked you didn't take Texas on that.
Bad Texas. They should blow them out. But you feel me? That's what I got for today, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same program. We'll talk NFL action. I don't know how many people are on tomorrow, but y'all know NFL Sunday, we go game by game. So it could be on in 2 hours. So, man, be on the lookout for that. money making Saturday. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Any final words, Ron, before we get out of here?
Nothing. Good luck, everybody.
Al, any final words before we get out of here?
No, I'll see you tomorrow.
Brian, any final words?
Sweep the board.
Jack.
Nothing more than what the other guys have said. Just make it a winning day, get your money in the right place, and you can go to sleep happy tonight.
Right.
Definitely make it a winning day. And hey, happy birthday to Biller. Don't get yourself into too much trouble. Even though,
Happy birthday, Bill.
our numbers are all on PickDawgz, so if we need to
I'm
bail
too
you
old
out,
to get myself
bail
into
you out,
trouble.
so,
Back in the day, I used to have fun on my birthday. Now I just sit around. So
Is that a picture of Fonzie behind your shoulder?
that's Mitch's picture of
Mitch's
Fonzie.
picture of Fonz. Yeah.
Oh, Mitch's picture of Fonzie. That's cool.
That's my
He was
good luck
bugging, he
charm.
bugged Mitch for years to finally, come on, give me the Fonz. I want the Fonz.
I see him every once in a while around town.
Yeah, I even have the action figure too.
Nice.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I you'll be eating, lunch or dinner at a restaurant, and he'll be at the table next to you, and you just stare at him. You're like, oh, that's Fonzie.
See y'all tomorrow. Make it a winning day. Aloha. Holy hell.